My name is Kia, the CEO, and I am the founder of Black Owned Association. And I wanted to just send this message to you to let you know that I'm thrilled that you are on the platform. And I just wanted to give you some tips before you jump in. So, you've already added your listing, you're already in our dashboard because you're seeing this video. Um, just wanted to give you some tips to make sure you're set up for success on our platform because we will refer you traffic depending on the category or the quality of your business. You may or may not get as much traffic as other businesses, but these things will help enhance your experience with our platform. Okay, because we want to make sure if we're going to refer someone over to you, even if they don't buy from you on day one, we want you to be able to capture that visitor if possible and market to them for a future date. Okay, so one of the first things I do when I get a business listing on the platform is I check your website just to make sure it's fully functional. If you have checkout, that your site is secure. That means it has the protocol HTTPS instead of just HTTP. A lot of you guys enter your web domain into the website wrong as well. So what the best thing you can do to make sure that when someone clicks your website button on your listing, to make sure it redirects to your website, just copy that URL from the browser and paste it in your listing. A lot of times I'll go ahead and correct it, or I'll have my team correct it depending on who's working that day, to make sure that if someone is trying to go over to your website and they click website, they're not going to encounter any issues. Okay. Because a lot of times, some people put the HTTPS and then add www when they don't have their domain set up for www. So those are just a few things that can help you. The other thing is Google Analytics. If you don't have Google Analytics installed on your site, you want to go ahead and do that. There's typically a plugin. I prefer WordPress, and there's plenty of like WordPress plugins that you can use. I think I'm using Yoast. That's the one I think I'm using to connect my Google Analytics. So if you don't know how to set up Google Analytics, guys, Google how to set up Google Analytics. Everything's on the internet. So like there's literally no excuse. You can be a novice and learn to do pretty much anything. So, and if not, you can go and hire someone on, like, let's just say Fiverr or Upwork. I prefer Upwork. I've had a lot of success, and it's a trusted source for me to get contract work, especially if I'm looking for something on the little on affordability side, if you know what I mean. You try to keep the work in the US, and you want to hire Black and all that good stuff, but we're also on a budget. We have limited resources, a lot of us, so we got to do what we got to do, and I'm not knocking anybody. So make sure you set up your Google Analytics, okay? Because you want to make sure that if I'm referring traffic to your site, or anybody for that matter, or any of your marketing campaigns, you want to know, like, okay, where am I having success? Okay, so getting traffic is just like one signal for success, but it's like, okay, what is that traffic doing when it gets to your site? What are the goals? Okay, do you have goal tracking set up with your Google Analytics? Okay, I have goals because there's certain things that I want to accomplish. Number one, I want Black owned businesses to add their website to my platform. So one of the goals that I set up is like track when these steps are happening. Okay, because I want to see like what the interests are, like who clicked that add a listing button, and then who followed all the way through to the checkout process. And that will give me an indication, like, okay, and then if I see like, okay, well, people are clicking that button, they have some interest, like what's going on, why aren't they adding their business? It could be that maybe they're not qualified, because on that page it says, hey, if you're not a Black owned business, we're going to verify. That's one thing. So that, anyway, so that just gives you an idea of like how the tracking can help you, like asking certain questions so you can optimize, right? The other goal I have set up is I want to know how many outbound clicks I am getting to the business listings, because I want to know that, are these users that I'm bringing in doing what I want them to do, which is going to your website. So that is going to show you guys that, hey, Black owned association is really working to get me some traffic to my site. Now, what you do with that traffic when it get there, like I said, that's a whole different story. So make sure you have your email subscribe capture on. Okay. So you want to capture their email, give them an enticing offer so they can enter their email into your subscribe list, right? And they can subscribe to email, they can subscribe to text message, they can subscribe to your push notifications. Okay, guys, you can do all of that stuff. And that way, if they don't have the money to buy, or maybe they're just in the discovery process and they're not quite there yet, or maybe your prices might be too high, and then they might want to enter their email to get that discount code. Okay, guys, that's something you can do. I see a lot of like, oh, subscribe for free shipping. Now, if you're not going to give free shipping on any order amount, I'm like, why even bother? I mean, I get that it does help with order value, but you want to get their email address so you can be able to market to them at any time, even if they don't buy today. So free shipping may not be enticing if they're not ready to buy today. You know what I mean? So you want to give them something else. So I say start with at least a 20% coupon, especially if you're just launching. Okay. So that's one thing. So if I'm sending my traffic to you from Black owned association, like I said, I want them to do something. I want them to buy from you. I want them to become your customer. So do what you have to do on your end to capture that user so that way you can market to them again. Okay. Some people they can create an account. Ask them to create an account and give them some benefit for creating an account. Okay. Anything anything to capture their information so you can get back to them at another time. Even if they buy today, you want them to buy another time. But if they buy, you're going to get their email address. But you get what I'm saying. Um, Another thing you want to set up if you have any type of email marketing service provider. I particularly use Constant Contact, and you can check our business resource page and click that link. There is a discount for Black owned association members. So just use that link and then you'll see the discount automatically. And it's a free trial as well without having to put in a credit card. But the point is, you want to capture people who went to their cart and abandoned. Okay. They still might be interested. And at that point, that's when you can insert a coupon code and then they can buy it today. So give them something enticing if you can afford to allow them to take advantage of any coupon codes like now. Okay. It's like you can't be thinking about profits if you're not thinking about getting customers. So yeah, you might be a little negative in the beginning, or maybe you can afford to give a discount and not be in the negative, depending on what your product is and the price point, and what you bought it for. But just giving you some ideas, you want to capture them any way possible. If they're in your cart, they're interested. So, like I said, maybe they found something cheaper. You hurry up and send them that coupon code or something. The other thing you want to do is make sure you have your call to actions clear on your pages. I go to a lot of sites and I see like call to actions not even there, or there might be too many things to do on a website. Not necessarily like, let's just say for an e-commerce site. I'm thinking let's just say a service site. Okay. You are selling insurance and you have a lead form, or you want people to sign up for a free consultation, right? Make that page specifically about the action you want them to take on that page. Okay. Don't be talking about sign up for a free thing here and then doing some other thing there and buy this over here. If you are driving them to a specific page to take a specific action, make sure everything is laid out and it's clear. Okay. If it's a home page, make sure you have your services laid out and organized properly. And that if they click on one service, the call to action is going to drive them to the actions that you want them to take. You have to tell the users what to do on your website. So you have to spell it out. You have to be clear and make it simple. Don't give them too many things to get confused and navigate away from your website. Okay. Another thing that you want to do is make sure the links, your external links, let's say your social media pages, your Twitter, your Facebook, first of all, make sure those links are linking to your business. Like I see a lot of Wix sites, people who use Wix. I go to their websites, maybe you just launch and that's all good. But I'm like, okay, I'm clicking on this link and it's taking me to a Wix page. And not only that, I'm clicking on the link and it's redirecting me away from your website and taking me to a Wix page. That's not your social media. I'm trying to find out more about you so I can possibly do business with you, right? I'm trying to like do some research. I'm trying to get some social proof about your business. So you have to make sure, number one, you have the right links. Number two, those external links aren't redirecting users away from your site. Have those links open up in a new tab or a new browser so that way, if they close that tab at some point, your site is still there because they might forget about you and they might get distracted, especially if you're sending them over to social media. They might see some Instagram model that might catch their attention or some new viral post that is out right now. So make sure you have that stuff together on your site. You don't want to lose them as soon as they get there, okay? Especially if you don't have any email or any subscribe or captured for your customers. Speaking of those little tiny mistakes, is testing and QAing your site. You want to make sure you are testing your site before you go live, okay? Check all the links, not only making sure that external links are opening up in a new tab or a new browser, but making sure all the external links and internal links work, okay? Make sure your checkout process work. I've been guilty of launching my site, checkout process is fine, launching something else, not testing the checkout process for something I launched for like a subscription service. And it was embarrassing when the customer has to come to you and say, hey, I tried to buy this from you and it's not even working. And you know what's more embarrassing? If it's been a few days since you launched it and you're finding out days later from your customer who's now interested in buying from you that your checkout process isn't working because you didn't test it. Okay. If you're afraid, there's ways to set up test environments. And if you're not that sophisticated, I mean, is it going to hurt you to set up a product for like 50 cents and just like check out, or a penny just to make sure it goes through? So if you don't know how to do that sophisticated stuff, like a penny ain't going to hurt you. Okay. And I don't even know if you can set a penny up with the processing fees. I don't even know how that would work, but $1 maybe. Okay. So let's see what else you can do. Now, your website is going, you got your Google Analytics, you're tracking your goals, you're looking at your reports, you're seeing like how users are flowing through, you're seeing that your bounce rate is going down because you've made all these enhancements to your site. And now that you're getting more like a higher conversion rate, meaning them landing on a page to them taking some action. For me, a user coming to my site and clicking on an outbound link to a Black-owned business's website, that is a success for me. So now you have all these things going. You're capturing emails, you're remarketing, you're making more sales now because you captured customers that wasn't ready to buy from you, and now it's like all picking it up. Now you have like a whole list of like 10,000 email subscribers, and you have your own little community that you can talk to anytime you want. You can send them sales, you can let them know any updates about your business, you can let them know about your pop-up shop, anything. So that's the great thing now. And if the customer is not interested anymore, they can unsubscribe. It is what it is. You'll get another one. Okay. So these are little things that you can do to immediately like optimize your site. This is like my startup optimization tips. And I go much deeper into analytics. I've been in 13 years in performance acquisition marketing, specifically affiliate channel. So I'm used to getting referrals to businesses. I do this for brands all the time, building programs from scratch. So I hope you like these tips that I've given you and you appreciate them. And hopefully there's something in here that I shared that you can use and help make your website better. So I'll be back with more of these tips, and make sure you subscribe to our email list. Make sure you subscribe to us on all of our platforms and following us. And also make sure that you are on blackownedbuzz.com's page, and you can submit a request to be featured. Go to blackownedbuzz.com and you will find out how you can sign up and become of that as well. So again, my name is Kia, the CEO. I am the founder of blackownedassociation.com and the newly launched Black Owned Buzz. That site is still in the works, but we are happy to have you here, and we hope you check it out. And we have so much more to come. And have a great day. Bye.